There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Side stories.
From your glade. That's when the cannibalism started.
Side stories.
Yes. So we get a lot of fun mail.
So much fun mail
at LPN. It's so nice. We just found it. Jerry's in studio today. Not Jerry Seinfeld. He said no.
He wouldn't do it. He said that we wouldn't let him go there.
Oh yeah, we're just too we police him too hard. But no, we're talking about Jerry,
the dog,
the little Kissel's
He's
son.
a beagle chihuahua.
We found him playing with something. We're like, well, what are you playing with? Oh,
Yeah.
is this some kind of toy? And then we found, I have no fucking clue where this came from. If you sent this to us, please tell me. It says, the only way to describe it is a Stegosaurus-looking little dog taxidermy thing that Jerry was chewing on.
Yes.
Which he probably shouldn't have. It's got what I believe to be Kissel's face inside
Is
of
that
this.
my face? But it says "Hail Me" on it, so I think it's a reference to you.
But there's no beard because you're the only one who's been at least beardless for the longest, right? And it's not Marcus because Marcus, that's a big nose. I can honestly say this is your nose.
Sure.
But it's got kind of like puppy ears. It's got like this little sort of outfit on, and I have no fucking clue what this is or who sent it to us. I'm going to take a picture of it and put it up on the socials for you to look at it.
Take a picture, put it on socials. Thank you so much for sending that to us. And we want to let you know, yes, Jerry was chewing on it, but what do we say? Because we're good dog. I'm a dog dad. Henry's also a dog dad, but to Jerry's a dog uncle. We said, no, Jerry.
Yep.
And we took it away from him.
We took it away, of course, because it's filled what seems to be with tiny little bones. And there are little feet on it, and it might be made out of tar. I don't know what the hell this is made of. It's certainly creative, but also you notice it's got a noose on it.
Yeah.
What is the noose?
No, I think it's an ornament. It's an ornament.
Oh, this is a Christmas tree ornament?
I guess so.
You guys are just so, I'm not going to say creepy. I'm going to say each one of you is especially brilliant.
Absolutely. I'm going to say great and creepy. You're all creepy.
I like it when it's creepy. It's just nice. Also, it is fun when we do get a package that it looks all nice on the outside.
Yeah.
And you open it up and it's just filled with horrors. It is fun. I'm just glad that our fans still got it.
I love it. We can't wait to see you in Grundy County. We're going to see all you greepers out there. I'm going to make it something.
Yeah, you're greepers.
You're greepers. Welcome to Side Stories, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well out there. Yeah. Henry and I are getting jazzed up because I haven't been on an airplane for so long, and I hope I can fit.
You'll fit. Yeah. You're not bigger now necessarily than you were, like, so much.
When I broke the seat in Australia on the plane, and then they gave me a free bottle of wine as a condolence for my embarrassment.
Yeah, it's an Australian Oscar.
Yeah,
is what you got. That's what they wanted from you. They wanted you to do that. You showed exactly your true colors, and you were the character they needed at the time.
I have so much PTSD for being large. It reminds me of when I went to go see Elton John, and I think it's like Brigstone.
Oh yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah, and then they made me sit in the ADA seats, which was fantastic because the ADA seats are the best, and you're surrounded by the best people. So
see, sometimes I walk in, and just by looking at my body, they assume I'm some form of president or some form of doctor.
Dignitary.
Yes. And so, you know how many times I get asked to fly a plane? 1 out of 3 times. I get asked to just sit up in the cockpit. They just want to they ask me, like, will you just give us a look over, make sure our dials are all done? And I always look at one and go, I couldn't do this better myself.
Wow. And that's one of the higher compliments a Polish man can give you. Can't wait to see you in Grundy. But you mentioned walking around. And that reminds me of this story that you just shared with me.
Oh,
I have no idea. Do you want to talk about this first? Because I have no idea what's going on. No one seems to, but is there a possible zombie out there?
This came after we did our Relax Fit last week on Love Has Won and Amy Carlson. And we now know that Amy Carlson, the former cult leader of Love Has Won, turned herself into a mummy, a completely silver mummy. She's like, which is, I guess, is a new Marvel property.
It very well might be. Perhaps they killed her for copyright infringement. I have seen so many pictures of her, Amy Carlson, that I had not previously seen of her silver. And wow, she really, at some point, don't you step back and say, look at that?
I think she lost some of that she lost some of that ability to step back and say, hey, let's think about what we're doing here, because she turned herself into the Gray Hulk.
Violet, you're turning Violet. But someone needed to be like, yo, Amy, turn a little silver today.
At least Violet's a pretty color.
Oh.
This story is about another silver person. I have no clue what this is about.
No idea. I don't even know if there's a story.
And also I feel like this is also one of those weird things. We might even be wandering in some form of TikTok minefield.
Could be.
But a video came out, I want to say it was about 4 days ago. It's the Zombie Woman of Seattle.
Okay.
This video came out. Someone made a little capture. You can hear Jerry. He's super into it.
He's very intrigued.
But it's a video that someone posted on their TikTok.
A TikTok.
Which is from, I believe, is SLINK35 is the original name of the person originally posted it.
Slink 35.
That might be your mirror.
That was the hardest way ever to say the word slink.
I
when
don't
you
even
spelled
know.
it out. Yeah.
I'm so poisoned because of the
Because of
Twitch
what?
stream. The Twitch stream, I can't read anybody's names because you want to say like thank you for the sub, and I don't have any clue what anybody's names are when they type them out because I'm trying to read them fast. So now I just spell them out.
I'm with you. There's a football player. His last name is Analzone.
Alonzone, Nalzone.
Anal zone is what it sounds like, but it's Italian, and you could imagine if I said it. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to say. And I'm sure he got called anal zone a lot. Now he's a football player, so he'll be the living hell out of you.
I bet you think it still means toilet in Italian.
It might.
But this video that came out, it features what appears to be a woman in clean clothes. I will say, missing one shoe. Her face is gone. She has what appears to be just a skull, random chunks of hair hanging from the side of her face, and then she appears to be holding some form of bloody bundle in her hands. It might be a bag of something. It might be what some people are saying. It might be the head of either a doll or a baby. Something like that. This looks like a bag from this angle.
It looks like Richard Chase and Prada joined forces and came up with a handbag. It is absolutely disturbing.
Terrifying.
I haven't seen somebody with a face like this since way back in the day. Remember what happened in Florida?
Oh, yes.
Where the dude had his face eaten off of.
Yeah, like weed. Yeah, and that was it.
Apparently he was sober. I forget the name of the man that had his face eaten off. I feel like it was like Brumpo or something.
Talk about his 15 minutes are over, huh?
Oh, isn't that sad? But she has something similar going on here.
Well, we don't know.
She is just walking, and the way that people are responding, that's why we're trying to figure out, is it a work? Is it a movie? But the way people are responding, it's definitely an improv anywhere zombie edition.
It does seem to be.
At most.
Who knows? There's another video from far away that shows her walking. Police are trying to kind of, I guess, detain her. They're trying to talk her down. There's another video that shows her getting arrested, screaming, "Don't take my baby! Don't take my baby!"
Jesus
And they put her on one of those like gurney things, those emergency gurney things.
Yeah.
And so this is the jury's out.
Okay, but hold on.
Is it makeup? We don't know, because she is terrifying. This is the closest I could get to the actual front of her face, which is all silver, and it looks like a chunk of whatever her face is gone on one side of it. Is it makeup? Is this a person that is a victim of something, which is why now the videos have been taken down from TikTok?
Okay.
Because there are a lot of people that are worried about whether or not this is essentially boosting the signal of somebody who's in the middle of a mental illness freak out, like in the full middle of like a free fall. And
like what happened with the dude from Coney 2012 when he got all naked and ran around the streets, which I think also happened in Seattle.
It did. But there's no way to figure out because the arrest records have been, I guess, expunged or something like that, because it seems to be they have responded to him. Cops did respond to an emergency call of this woman screaming on the street.
Okay.
And then when they came to pick her up, it seems to be this is some kind of mental health pickup.
Yes, well, absolutely.
Obviously, but
I mean, even if this is an actor and all of this is fake, it's still technically a mental health pickup, because you would have to be borderline insane, which also creates great art, doesn't it?
Sometimes.
So she says, "Don't take my baby," but judging by the bag that I would assume holds said baby, the baby has been taken to heaven, because there would be no way that anything would survive in that bloody bag.
Yeah, that baby became a Build-A-Baby.
Yeah, so we have no idea. Anyway, this is just the most recent thing going on in Seattle.
It's just such the video is so shocking that it made me stop. Like I walked through it, like as soon as I saw this, I was like, all right, well now I'm down the rabbit hole. And I looked up as much as I could, and there's very little conclusive evidence as like what actually happened here.
Do you remember clowns
Clones.
The killer clowns.
Oh, yeah, it was right before the election in 2016.
What if 2021 is the year of the zombie, where people cosplay zombie? I could, as long as they don't physically actually bite me or attack one of my dogs, I would walk by a zombie, though, and be like, hey, brother zombie.
Can I say, honestly, zombies are hack? If they're passe, if we want to do if we really want to surprise people on the street, can I throw it out there? Flat Woods Monster. Something new.
But what if it's an urban environment? That's why the zombie is so powerful. I don't know, actually. I'm going to have to push back a little bit on that. I think zombies are the most reasonable right now.
Sure. I
feel like we are in an era where we have one biological exposure to some random ass thing. I might just be taking the premise out of that new show called The Bite.
Yes. Yes, you are.
But I feel like if we're going to have any one of these like cryptids or weird ass, entities form in real life, I think a zombie's the closest we're going to get.
Well, what we have going, to be honest, is the flying humanoid. The last year, the flying humanoid Mothman have seen, there has been more Mothman sightings than there has been sightings of Joe Biden standing up. That
is why Jerry didn't come today, because you went there. That was his joke.
I'm too much today. But there is, I criticized the president.
We were going to try to get to the White House, and you just said, did you see the picture of him sitting with Jimmy Carter? He looked bigger.
Jimmy Carter's turning into a minion.
He is.
Cute, though. I think the next stop is going to be Mothman. Mothman are huge. There was just recently, outside of Chicago O'Hare, there was just another massive sighting of a giant owl outside of Chicago O'Hare. Let me look this up.
Who?
I hate you. You got me and I'm mad. I'm mad because you got me for a second.
You got that lame ass Biden joke in, so I had to get a pun in to even out the world.
I don't know. I don't know, buddy. I'm not a part of the Capitol steps. Who disbanded. Also didn't make it through COVID-19.
Are you kidding me?
The Capitol steps quit. Yeah. Another reference gone. How will the kids understand us?
All I know is if a stand-up comedian who may have a drug problem has to get a divorce, and the steps and the Capitol steps broke up.
Where is the American family at?
Do we even like each other anymore?
I hope we do. Don't cancel our friendship.
Oh, my God.
Shuttle bus driver reports sighting of a large humanoid owl with 15 to 20-foot wingspan over O'Hare International Airport.
So scary.
This comes again from the Singular Fortean. These guys, they are on top of the flying humanoid news, and I absolutely love it.
What's it called? The Single Freudian?
The Singular Fortean.
Okay.
We've covered it. Honestly, all of our flying humanoid news has come from them this year. They're right on it. It's from Tobias and Emily Wayland. This is a report from a man claiming to have seen a large humanoid owl while working as a shuttle bus driver at O'Hare.
Okay.
I was a shuttle bus driver at O'Hare. I was working on April 21st, 2021 near the new parking terminal near Zemke Road at about 6 p.m. I was staged and had wandered away from my bus to take a smoke break. When I saw a large owl fly over the top of the building and disappear behind the parking garage. It must have been at least 30 to 40 feet off the ground when I saw it fly over. It made no sound and it looked like a giant black thing with very large wings. I saw it for all of 2 to 3 seconds as it flew overhead, over the building and out of sight. I didn't see it again. And I saw nothing else when I drove around to the other side, starting my room again. I know of the stories of the Mothman that is seen around O'Hare. Wow. And that is why I saw your reports. I decided to write you about what I saw.
I don't know if there is anyone more trustworthy than a shuttle bus driver. The amount of secrets that they hear, the amount of secrets that they learn across the way.
More airport terrorism is stopped by shuttle bus drivers than the TSA. I would go as far as
I want to think every single person who works in an airport that smiles at the disgruntled employee.
Have to.
And then the disgruntled employee puts the bomb away, because if there is going to be, I completely agree with you. I think about this way too much.
You have to be nice to everybody in the process of the airport, because you never know who's going to snap.
Exactly. And also, I can't scream when going through security, most likely it'll be an inside job. You can't scream that. But I do think that every time I go through and they scan my body, I wish they could tell me if I have cancer or not. They're probably giving me cancer instead. That's a joke. I'm not really being like that. But I don't think that it matters for us because the calls are to come from within the house.
Most of the time, I think it comes from suicidal pilots are the biggest danger in the sky.
Well, I think it's just nice that we're starting to fly and we've both been
So
triggered,
ready for
and
it.
I've been thinking about that nonstop as well.
So ready for it.
So anyway, all right.
The witness seemed very hesitant in regards to speaking about his sighting, which is interesting. He stated that he was advised by his superiors that it was a misidentification of a very large bird and that he should not speak to anyone else about these sightings. And then when the guy was directly asked if he had seen a large bird, the man told Navarrete from the UFO clearinghouse, he stated he was certain that it was not a large bird as the wingspan was easily 15 to 20 feet in width, and the object seen was easily the size of a human being. He described it as humanoid in shape, solid black, and moving faster than he had seen any bird fly.
Jesus, and you can just imagine how much money they're saving by not having to go into one of those planes. I wish we could all fly.
But it's right back in, man. This is still one of my, obviously it's my constant favorite thing that has popped up in the last year or so because everything else has been so sad. Where the flying humanoids are here, and it's so crazy with the amount of camera technology we have readily available, and the fact that these are people that do technically see things flying all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, shuttle bus driver, do I expect him to maybe know every single thing about planes? No. But I'm certain that he sees a lot of planes in the sky. And to see something that noticeably sticks out, especially something that's noticeably very, very low above the airport, which also is, I don't know how they didn't set off a bunch of alarms or shit, or I don't know whether or not
it's a scary thing to think about.
Yeah, like 15 to 20 foot flying over thing. Even if it's just a drone, that is weirdly scary. Stop trying to eat the weird thing, Jerry. Even Sully Sullenberg. Perhaps it was a flying humanoid. They blamed it on the ducks, but maybe it was a flying humanoid. Sully Sullenberg had plenty of time to land.
That's what they say. Although, Sully, you did good. So no matter what, he's an American hero.
He did it for the story. Nothing like standing outside. I always
the way that Cuomo handled COVID.
Yeah,
with any luck, this will make a great book. Where's my Emmy?
No, I always wanted, every time I have more than about 3 beers at the airport, I want to call every pilot Sully. Like, I want to be like, go get him this time, Sully. You know?
And of course, Sully, the big blue monster from Monsters, Inc.
But that's my father coming through me.
Isn't that... Oh,
yeah.
You wanted to say that sentence?
Coming through me.
Very interesting.
Hey, at least it's not in me.
It is you. Technically, your father's semen is
I am cum.
You are. We are all cum. We are all our father's cum and our mother's egg.
I was thinking about this the other day. I was talking about this with Natalie the other day. I was like, I'm just cum walking around.
Yeah.
And she was like, I sure wish we could talk about like the things that we need to fix in the house.
You know, they say it's good luck when a pigeon takes a dump on your shoulder because we just have to deal with it. Yes. If a flying humanoid takes a dump on your shoulder, I feel like that would be like the steak that they get in the ribs they get in the intro of the Flintstones, where it tips over the car.
Big old pile of shit.
It would be like 10 pounds of shit, and then it might kill you. If you die by
flying humanoid shit,
everyone's just gonna laugh.
Buy a lottery ticket.
But you're dead.
That's when I don't know why my mom always says that.
If you get shit on by a lottery ticket, I think your mom's a compulsive gambler.
Yeah, I think she just likes lottery tickets.
Scratchers.
Yeah, she loves scratchers.
Live from your grave.
Let's get to this one story. We've talked humanoids, we've talked zombies. Let's talk cannibals. This is
something refreshing.
Something refreshing. So this is interesting. So this dude, he's a waiter. He was convicted of chopping up his mother into 1,000 pieces. And then he ate her, quote, bit by bit over a 2-week period.
This is my question. Alberto Sanchez Gomez, 28, was branded the cannibal killer of Ventas. This was last week. This is my question. It says here, they call him a jobless waiter. Has been convicted of murdering and eating his mother.
Why not just call him an actor at that point?
I just feel like, is anyone permanently a waiter? If you are, fucking more power to you.
Absolutely. But you know those old school Italian joints where everyone dresses nice, they make a good living?
But you need to, I would say, you need to have been in wait service for about 10 years before you'd say, like, first things first, I'm a waiter. When I don't have a job, I'm still a waiter. I wake up a waiter. I drink myself to sleep a waiter.
You better tread lightly, mister. All of our friends are now just officially...
Well, there are people like John Moreno, who works for a very high-end restaurant. He is a professional waiter. Like, he is really good at his job.
Great at it.
He's like in the upper management. You can work your way up. It's not about the job. It's more about, like, to me, you have to be into the job of being a service person at a restaurant to say, I'm a waiter always.
It is something that is a respectable profession if you can master it. We also have a friend here in LA who is the head maitre d' at a place that we're not even allowed to go to because it's only for celebrities. So you're right. It can be a very lucrative job. But in this man's case, I don't think he was making too much money.
This is the guy I'm talking about.
He was working at, he wasn't working there. However, he was sort of being a waiter. Do you think he served himself when he was chopping up his mother as he sat there and was like, thank you, sir? And he would stand up and be like, I think you're going to try the liver today.
The special is her breasts. Oh, God, help us all.
Anyway, so this dude, he tried to get out of the murder and cannibalism by saying he had a small psychotic episode, but it was
a long one. It's a big one.
It's just 2 weeks. And Henry, you're going to eat human meat. Cutting it into 1,000 little pieces. My question is, then why not just have chicken? It's like when I went over to a wealthy person's house that I know.
If it just becomes my like daily meal, then I'm just keto. You know what I mean? I'm not a cannibal anymore.
It's not really like, it's not like you're eating somebody's like face off again.
Oh, yeah. It's not me drenched in blood with my altar made of bones just being like, I'm possessing the soul of my mother. No, you've just made it a dietary plant.
It really is. It's just like that. It's Jenny Craig in a zombie apocalypse-like world. I was at a wealthy friend's house. I don't know if, I think we're still friends, but they had deep fried shark. And I was like, at this point, just have everything tastes the same if it's deep fried. Just deep fried chicken.
Deep fried shark?
I was like, there was so much. I was like, this is too much deep fried shark.
I'd eat a piece of deep fried shark, but I wouldn't eat a meal of it. It sounds like a bad idea.
It just tasted like chicken because it was deep fried. Everything deep fried tastes the same. So if he breaks it into 1,000 little pieces, if he cuts his mom into 1,000 little pieces, you can't even tell it's a person anymore. What's the point? This guy is a bad waiter, and maybe that's why he was fired in the first place.
Well, he's not a cook, that's for certain.
No.
And he's certainly not going to be on Top Chef because this week they're doing no mother salad.
Oh,
which is very, very
too
big.
Bad?
So he did strangle his 68-year mother after a fight. Then he dismembered her body before eating her remains over the next fortnight, which is Shakespearean for 2 weeks.
And I wonder what that fight could have been about. Why don't you get a job, you loser? Get out of here.
I'm a waiter, Mom.
Yeah, you haven't worked in a year.
I'll tell you the daily specials. The jurors, 6 women and 3 men, also dismissed Sanchez Gomez's claims he was experiencing a psychotic episode when he murdered and cut up his mother. They apparently he's only a 15-year and 5-month prison sentence.
Well, this is the interesting thing. So obviously, in America, you're going away for life on that one. Here in Spain somewhere, I'm not exactly sure where, but yeah, he got.
So it was in Madrid.
In Madrid, this is the prosecutors. Keep in mind, they demanded a 15-year and 5-month prison sentence. In America, the defense would be crying to get 25 to life. They would be like, we're going to save you from death row, bro. This is the best you're going to get. And in Madrid, the prosecutors, the most extreme thing they could get was 15 years and 5
It's
months.
really, really intense. She was all over his apartment. Sancho Gomez told police who arrested him at their flat in Madrid in February that he had been eating his mom bit by bit with his pet dog. Detectives found parts of Soledad's remains in Tupperware containers in their fridge and bones in drawers around the family home.
You know, I have to say, number one, let's circle back. I don't think the pet dog asked to eat his mother. Dog simply will eat.
But the problem is that dog now a cannibal.
But
not a cannibal, it's a human eater.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope they didn't put the dog down, but also if you're a family that rescues that dog, you're going to want to know to keep grandma away because I think it has a taste for older women blood now.
I think so.
But that poor pet dog who was just, I wonder what the pet dog was thinking. Be like, is this the greatest 2 weeks of the pet dog's life? Or is the pet dog like, I've had a lot of human meat, bro. I'm good on human meat.
I'm good on human meat. Also, humans are not naturally the diet of any predator animal. We don't taste good
Apparently
to
not.
a lot of predator animals. So I actually wonder if he was eating it and actually thought we were fucking gross.
You know what? I'm just going to say, I'm going to speak for the pet dog. and say yes.
I mean, I bet he said yuck. And then apparently his mom's head, hands, and heart were just found on the bed, so they got to go to sleep.
Wow, I was actually about to compliment this guy. And of course, as the story unfolds, the compliments go away. Because initially, when you mentioned how he kept everything in Tupperware, I'm thinking Dirty Dahmer, Messy Jeffrey. He kept everything scattered around. But
no,
it turns out, no, he did keep the heart, hands, and head on his bed. So what? He's for 2 weeks then?
Yeah, and I actually wonder what that place probably smelled like. Which probably smelled like a fucking morgue with the air conditioning broken. Because in Madrid they don't have a lot of air conditioning.
No.
And apparently he tried to blame his TV. He said,
"Wait,
that,
what?"
Yes, he said the TV was sending him hidden messages that said, "Kill your mom, kill your mom, kill your mom."
No, the name of the show is How I Met Your Mother, not How I Killed Your Mother.
Bad translation. It's one of those, like, because they're very poetic over there.
Oh, well,
but he's very sorry. He said he's very sorry. He didn't mean to do it.
When he addressed the court, he says he's very repentant. He said he suffers anxiety from the moment he wakes up, and then he said, "I think of my mom, and I'm absolutely heartbroken." So, I guess the food coma has wore off.
Oh my God!
The regret has set in. I think that he is onto something when he says he had a psychotic break.
I think that no matter what he did, it was some form of psychotic break. But him saying, "I don't remember doing this for 2 weeks," doesn't seem to really hold water.
And not that it matters at all, but the guy is just a normal, handsome-looking dude. Like, you just pass him on the street, he just looks like a normal guy. He kind of looks like the soccer player.
Yeah, he's like handsome. He's handsome.
Yeah, he's handsome.
Why do we always do this? Why do we focus when the criminal's handsome? Because we believe that handsome men are not responsible for actually most crimes.
I think it's because people want to see the boogeyman coming. And in reality, the boogeyman is just that nice-looking gal, like Butthole Aries.
Jody Arias. I guess
or like this guy. That's what it makes it scarier.
There are big hulking monsters. Obviously,
yes.
We got big hulking mouth-breathing monsters. This week, what we're covering on last podcast, we're covering like a genuine fucking creepy guy.
So when you cross the street when you see.
Yeah, like that kind of, so that, I think that is, that happens probably the majority of the time, but him being so handsome, it's always the crime when it's really, really intense. Then they'll be like, "Oh, what a shame, he was so handsome." Being like, why? Because now he'll just get extra attention in jail.
And I don't know what the Madrid prison system is.
I bet you it's nicer. I bet you they get fucking tapas. I bet you they get a break. They get to, like, in my mind, a Madrid prison is like they all get to leave for an hour or 3 and like go get an espresso.
During lunch.
Yeah.
You know what? You're
to
probably
scooter
not
around.
You're probably not that far off.
Live from your grave.
Well, speaking of dogs, this is just a feel-good little story here. In Boston, there was a news crew, and they were doing a story on a missing pet because there's no other stories in Boston. Their police chief was a pedophile.
Oh, yeah.
They just had to get him out of there. But there was a lot of stories in Boston they probably could be covering. But this Boston news crew did a story on this missing dog, and as they were reporting, they found the 13-month-old German short-haired pointer, and they found the person who stole him. And they were able to relate to the police that this dude stole this dog. So news, I know it gets a lot of heat because a lot of times it's dog shit and it's that there solely to divide us. But in this case, they sent out and they said, our story is on the missing dog, and they solved it.
It's nice. My question is, when do we stop counting months of a creature or a child or something? When does it go from, can you just say it's a year old? Because 13 months that's a year. It's just a year old.
Yeah, but in dog years, it's a year and 7. It would be, I think for dog, because I don't even want to say it, but they don't live that long. So every month your dog is, I'm not going to say it.
I don't want to say it. Wendy was just sick.
Wendy's good. But every month for a dog is like 7 months for us. So I think you have to acknowledge.
But why do people say stuff like when I meet a child and they're like, "Oh, Ezra's 79 months."
I think they're just desperate to try to get their kid on the Disney Channel still. Man, we're going to have some babies in the family here soon because everyone's procreating. And it'll be interesting to see how many of these kids get into
show business, baby. They better fucking get into show business. These kids need to get into show business and make money for us so we can all coast. And I'm including me, even though we're not having kids. I want to somehow make money.
We have to produce the damn show they're on.
That's what they don't understand. That's what their parents don't know within LPN, where our goal is to executive produce their little lives, try to get 10%.
Last podcast, Disney, that'll be very...
The fucking Geen Kateers. That'd be kind of cute. Like little serial killer club for little kids. Some of the parents will be upset.
Yeah, some of them will. But anyway, just lastly, with this news crew story, they found him because they said they were walking by a car. The dog started barking, and then it was and then they were like, "That's the dog," and they were like, "It was a kidnapping," and so there you go.
Man, people really steal dogs, huh? I know that happened with Lady Gaga, but that's because those dogs were so fancy looking. I assume that's why those dogs were doing. They obviously looked like they were worth several thousands of dollars.
That dog walker took a bullet for those dogs, and he's a total hero.
No, yeah, and don't worry, she gave him a full year's supply of Kraft mac and cheese.
Oh my God,
it was huge.
But the guy who stole this dog in this case, he said it was a mistake. But you usually don't just take a dog by mistake. No, one time you have a dog and then don't have a dog.
Yeah, you're stealing a dog. You might have made a mistake to steal the dog, and it might be out of a moment of pure desperation. But also, don't steal a dog. Steal jewels?
Yes, steal something replaceable. Why steal a dog?
It's just I guess you can resell it depending on if it's a pure breed. You can turn it into a hat. You can train it to help you in your life of crime.
I didn't like that second one. Turn it into a hat.
I don't know. These are all the options for a dog that's not yours.
All right. Well, do you want to do something with aliens?
This is just real quick. Fucking, are y'all ready to get fucking high on Mars, bro?
Sure.
Fuck yeah, bro.
We are so everyone is coming over the idea of Mars. First of all, who's going there? Because I don't necessarily want to just go hang out. I actually have no problem with Elon Musk. I would like to hang out with Grimes. I heard she's very interesting. But that would be it would be a nightmare.
You won't like the people who can afford to get to Mars.
No, we
won't like them.
I actually have a thing where I say, get out of here. And then
go to Mars.
Can have Earth.
Well, they're already talking about there will be a group of people that will go to die on Mars. I do believe that will happen.
Well, it's guaranteed, right? The first flight, they say, is a guaranteed no return.
You just can't come back.
Right.
It's too long to come back. And once you get over there, the amount of energy it takes, because mainly it's just once we get you there, it's really, we are nowhere near figuring out how to set it up so that we could take the flight back, which is technically what Elon Musk's company is trying to do. But it would be nice if he just focused on work.
They just had a landing recently, and I don't think this is really for this show, but have you seen what's going on with the Chinese space station?
No.
There's a massive kerfluffle where the U.S. and the Chinese, they used to share a space station, and then the U.S. wanted
This is not the ISS?
I don't think so. I don't know enough about it, but I'll have to read further in the article. The U.S. has been booted from the space station, and now the Chinese have it, and then there's some kerfluffle in the skies.
We're looking for space supremacy right now. We're trying to get it. We eventually, and you know who will get it? Burger King. They're going to put an ad on Mars, and I will technically will have to bow to them as the people who won.
If there's going to be one advertiser on the moon, I'm going to have to give it to Pizza Hut because they thought of the idea first. It was so asinine, but they will get it one day.
They want it.
Absolutely.
We don't know whether or not this is real or not. The jury is still out. They are still trying to figure out if this is a real discovery, but we are not certain. But if it is, it's going to be mind-blowing. Technically, this is the first evidence of extraterrestrial life.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They found mushrooms on Mars. They think they found mushrooms on Mars.
Oh, shit.
There's a possibility that the Curiosity rovers, that they think that NASA's Opportunity and Curiosity rovers might have straight up run over mushrooms on Mars. They found them in their treads.
We're just immediately killing all the mushrooms. Yes. So we just did butterfly effect.
Yep.
Did we just stop? Did we just stop Mars from growing a billion years? Did we just slow down?
Maybe. It's quite possible.
Are we supposed to be running over all their stuff?
We don't know it. We don't know what it is because after long being obliterated by the rover wheels, they reportedly observed spherical fungus-like specimens along with some stalks growing back on top of the rover's old tracks.
Oh.
They also noticed that black fungi-like bacteria specimens even appeared on top of the rovers. The researchers say that the possibility of fungus on the red planet may explain why thousands of black Arctic araeniforms or spider-like formations grow grow up to 300 meters every spring on the planet and then disappear by winter. They say the patches may represent colonies of black fungi, lichens, algae, mold, methonogens, and sulfur-reducing species, which also could help us when we want to terraform it.
That is absolutely fascinating. And
we don't know.
You mentioned how that is a potential evidence of an alien life force, but aren't we
They're
the
also
alien life force?
Strange on a strange land.
Yeah.
They also say it might come from us dropping shit off from our rovers, that the little spores could have fallen off and landed there, and that's also us technically destroying that environment.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be possible too. Well,
Like in
interesting.
Hawaii.
All right.
Also, quickly, before we get into Hero of the Week, this is a story. What I like is that it's opposite. Normally, what have we seen throughout 2020, 2021?
Teaching at home.
Teaching at home. And men sometimes are super horny, it seems to be, on Zoom, pulling a tubin. As entered
I think it
into
was
the,
just
the
Jeffrey
dictionary.
Tubin. I think he was the most horny person of 2020 was
somehow,
Jeffrey Tubin.
Somehow beat me.
Because of course you didn't jerk off on Zoom.
I save it for my private.
All you need to do is not jerk off on Zoom.
That's all you got to do. But this teacher, it's nice to see a woman doing it.
What do you
New
mean?
York City teacher caught sucking topless man's nipple during Zoom class.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. Spanish teacher is being yanked from her classes after investigators found she performed an inappropriate sexual act during a Zoom lesson as students at the prestigious Columbia Secondary School for Math, Science, and Engineering remotely watched a quote-unquote live class. Amanda K. Fletcher, quote, appeared to suck the nipple of an identified topless male while she rocked her head back and forth. Following the act, Fletcher's face turned in full view to the screen, and she gyrated her shoulders and smiled, and then went on with the lesson. And
Wait,
apparently,
so this is like her husband who's walking by without a shirt, and she's just being romantic?
also, just straight up, we need to normalize breastfeeding.
Sure.
Because
this
when
is
it
not
comes
nearly
down to
as bad as what Tubin did.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, she's looking for that milk.
She's from her boy. It was a male's nipple, correct?
Oh, yeah, and he said before that, she invited her shirtless boyfriend to sit on camera with her and eat spaghetti.
I mean,
which is the worst offense. That is worse than nipple sucking.
Yeah, if you're watching somebody eat while you're in school, that would be frustrating.
All the kids took video of it. Investigators
Naturally.
viewed several videos of the incident, which were shared by students on Snapchat and other social media platforms.
It's a fun day to be a student in that class.
Man, these kids are learning nothing this year.
No, absolutely nothing. And my final story before Hero of the Week, it's a sad story. A man killed a dog in Puerto Rico after the dog took his golf ball.
It's hard to be a golfer.
I guess it is.
I will not golf. That is a thing I will not do in my future.
Yeah, Salil Zavari is facing animal cruelty charges and firearm charges. He shot a mixed breed dog.
The cheapest part of golfing is the golf ball.
Yep. Apparently he was shooting in hole number 11, and for some reason there was a dog around the hole, and when he was hitting the golf ball, the dog ate it, and then he shot the dog. What an asshole.
What a great story.
What an asshole.
What a fucking piece of shit.
He's on a $60,000 bond. All right. Okay. Well, there you go. So I just don't shoot dogs. Who cares about your golf ball? Okay. Well, speaking of animals, this is going to be Hero of the Week. You gotta love when the horror community comes together.
I do, man. The horror community is probably the best fan groupings that exist.
This is Texas Chain Paw Massacre. They are an adoption agency that takes care of animals that need love because these animals look like they belong in horror movies. So there's a picture of a cat that's scary as hell. They talk about how they take care of these animals that may have not been loved before. The sisters behind Chain Paw explain, we find adoptable animals in shelters, rescues, or foster homes that are doppelgangers of often unappreciated animals in horror movies. And then they take them.
That's fun.
You can see here, he's a little doggo.
Oh, that's cute.
They kind of set him up a little bit. They take some fun pictures on their Instagram, and they get the dogs adopted. So if you want to support, it's just Texas Chain Paw Massacre, and support them. Looks like they have gerbils and dogs and cats, and what a great way to get someone to adopt an animal.
That's great.
And take care of something.
And be a part of the horror community as well.
And be a part of the horror community because, of course, the sale, the commercial, we were talking about this screaming on Saturday at your party.
Yeah.
We were talking about how we love no-kill shelters, but we also have to get rid of the commercial sale.
We do.
Because there's too many dogs, and then they're living like.
And also now everybody's
horrible.
The horrible scenario of people, I guess, mass returning of dogs
it's so
that
nasty.
they adopted over the COVID.
Because
it's so dumb. It's so horrible.
Yeah, and because there's an overflow, so there's like 6 dogs to a cage. People will get like for free on Mother's Day, and then so they'll buy them on Friday and Monday. They're returned because in reality, dogs shit and piss everywhere.
They do, and they are not actual children, but they do act like it.
Yeah,
and
so
they need care and love.
Take some dating advice from Ben Kissel.
Yeah.
But never give your girlfriend or boyfriend an animal.
Never
most
give your
boyfriends
animal
and
an
girlfriends are just extensions of the animal. But
okay.
yeah, because.
All right, we got some listener emails. We got some good updates from people. And we got some good follow-ups to some questions we've had on the stream. One thing that questions we've had on the show. One question we asked about keeping corpses last week.
Yes.
About, Love Has Won. What is the legality of holding on to a dead corpse? And what does it mean what is considered abuse of a corpse? I'm in the funeral industry, and I want to say it's a bit of a gray zone. Based on what we know, law-wise, here in the States, it's abuse if something is being done to the body that wasn't legally authorized, or if it is an outreach of the family's sensibility or reasonability, or if it causes outrage to the reasonable community or their sensibilities.
Isn't it weird, though, that we live in a world where it's normal to just pump them full of chemicals and bury them, as opposed to just natural burial?
And it's just being in your home, right? In the home that maybe you own. That is very interesting. We're afraid of death in this country. We are very, very afraid of death. We don't want to acknowledge it. We don't want to
acknowledge it seriously, because
no.
of course death is everywhere in our media. We're working on something. I think it's top secret, but they said the number 1 rule is no nudity. But of course, the number 2 rule is a lot of shooting and a lot of blood.
You can fucking cut off as many breasts as possible as long as you don't show a nipple.
Don't show the nipple, not in this country.
But there's also been a rise in families having their loved ones pose differently than them just being in the casket. So in the South, it's popular to have them sitting in a favorite chair, standing, or even more recently, sitting with their favorite instruments. And on top of all that, there's a chance that the cult, if they were smart enough, could say that she's been posed that way based on their religious beliefs, like monks and the saints that have been mummified and put on display. So the answer to this question is that most could say yes, that was abuse, or some could just see it as her followers doing what they felt was reasonable. So who knows?
Okay.
This is
that's not the biggest issue with the Love Has Won cult. So
this is about how fast do babies go through the vagina? You remember we asked this question?
I actually don't, but I'm not happy that we did.
We talked about
how long does it take?
We asked about the idea of, because we were talking about the woman having the gun in her vagina for 17 days, and we're like, that's a lot. How much can it hold? Right. How fast does shit come out?
Now I remember how we got there.
Yeah,
we weren't talking. We didn't do our monthly segment on reproduction.
I was listening to your Side Stories episode, and you were talking about the gun in the vagina in prison. I used to work in a jail in Canada, Winnipeg. I had an inmate smuggle meth, pills of any variety, and coke in the largest generic Tylenol bottle I've ever seen, like a small mayo jar, in her vagina.
Okay.
When you strip search a woman, they don't spread them. And if you don't stare or touch or look up her vagina, they simply get fully undressed, spin around in a circle so you can see the full perimeter, then they squat down and cough 3 times. If they're larger, they lift up the titties and excess skin flabbies. And if nothing is noticeable or falls out, they are then sent on their way. This girl said she did Kegels for weeks to be able to adapt to having that large of an item in her for long periods of time. Wow. She kept it inside of her for weeks and could pull it out, take some drugs, and either do them herself or sell them, and then replace the bottle. The only reason we found out about this was because on my shift, we were walking to the cafeteria, and suddenly we hear like pebbles dropping on the path. When we looked, it was all these drugs falling out of her shorts. She said she accidentally put the bottle in upside down before leaving because officers had almost caught her with the bottle out and walking unscrewed with the lid inside of her, and they all fell out. The investigation was hilarious. She told us that after practicing holding large objects inside her for a while, her vagina just kind of formed around it. And it wasn't any different than having a tampon inside. On the initial entry into jail, she had the bottle wrapped in tissue so that it didn't slip out due to moisture while squatting.
Well, isn't that exciting? She was definitely the coolest chick in jail. I mean, that's the one you want to be friends with right there. And dare I say, in this case, it's easier to be a woman because at least the vagina can handle that stuff there. The old the rectal cavity.
I tell you what, my dick hole isn't getting bigger.
I watch a lot of the former prisoner shows, and it's incredible. You see some very masculine men just be like, and then I shoved it up my ass.
Oh, yeah, and they're just like, I don't even know how you did all the pre-work. I think it takes a lot of pre-pro.
You have to do some poops. You got to clean it out, and then you never know when the COs are going to wake you to transfer you. So you just have to put it in and just be like, all right. Let it ride.
This is a story of the American condition.
It really is.
My job is to manage the referrals coming in from outpatient providers in different hospitals. I have to read referrals from different hospitals and complete intakes with parents and patients to vet out the inappropriate cases. In the almost 2 years of working here, I've read plenty of fucked up shit. Kids seppukuing themselves, bestiality, a girl shoving Cheetos in her vagina, and of course, the most adorable 5-year-olds slaughtering cats.
Oh.
I deserve a gold star for every day of work, but for some reason, this last case had me rattled. This happened on the Monday following Mother's Day.
Oh.
I'm wrapping up my shift by filling in the ER referrals I was not able to work up, inputting them into the computer. The last case I had was for a 43-year-old woman. Chief complaint. Psychosis and audiovisual hallucinations, the usual. The clinical narrative roughly states, 43-year-old woman brought in by police after she was found trying to throw her dead mother out of the window.
Okay.
Shamefully, my response was to gasp and immediately break into laughter. This is a person I understand.
Yeah.
The referral goes on to say that the patient's brother had been visiting her in the home for the past few days. She said, oh, my son's been visiting, my brother's been visiting, my brother's been visiting. Turns out her brother died 2 years prior. Patient reports that her brother was trying to help her kick her mother out of the house. The only problem is that her mother, who had been dead for 3 days, had come back and tried to stop her from making her move out. And not much was reported on how her mother has died. And so I guess to evict her, she tried to throw her out of the window.
Oh.
But apparently I know she does know that the writer does know that this patient was referred to us previously, but was denied after she had assaulted her mother and police. So we don't know if that led to her death or not.
They got to separate these two, I think.
But they are separated now because one is a dead body.
Oh, yeah. The mother is dead. Yeah, 3 days.
So, and she tried to shoot her out the window she was like in a breakup, like in a 90s movie.
So the mom died when she threw her out the window, or the mom was dead and she was trying to throw her corpse out the window?
Yes. She was trying to throw her mother's corpse out of the window, because she was... Honestly, I think the big culprit here was that she was listening to Billy Joel's I'm Moving Out.
Oh, my.
And immediately was so filled with passion.
How many murders have been inspired by Billy Joel?
We'll never
know. We'll never know.
At least 2. Never mind the ones he did. And I love him.
I like Billy. I would love to see Billy live.
He's great. He's a great performer. Yeah. I watched him in MSG. He mentioned Woodhaven. Jackie and I cried. We were very fucking hammered. We were very, very drunk. Emotionally
drunk.
Honestly, we must have been a sight because we were screaming songs.
People in Queens don't get enough love. We love the people of Queens.
We don't. Beastie Boys. That's all. The No Dogs is all about Queens.
Yeah. Okay. All right, everyone. I think you got to triple L it out.
Oh, yeah. You got to live your life every day knowing that you need to expand your vagina enough to sneak things anywhere you need to go. Because when it comes down to
is it expanding or tightening?
It's, tightening the front, expanding the back.
Oh, God.
So you got to laugh just thinking about all the wonderful things you'll be able to hide in your vagina once you join me, Henry Zabrowski, on my Human Vase program. You are going to love the subscription service where Henry shows you how to tighten the lips, open the hips. Well, get it in there, whatever you need. A bowling pin, AK-47.
Whatever you need.
A collectible AK-47.
Oh.
Not one of the ones that you use.
Very nice.
Isn't that nice? I covered us.
You really nailed it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. We can't wait to see you in Grundy County. We will be with you very soon. I'm so fucking
excited, dude. We're traveling in 2 days.
In 2 days.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous about everything, but also very excited. I almost feel like I'm on a date with someone I might like. Isn't that nice?
It is. That is kind of nice. It's
almost
nice
feel
sentiment.
like I'm on a date with someone I might like.
It's a long walk.
Isn't that romantic?
No, I mean, you said it out loud. You put it out in the air. You never know what's going to come back.
Otherwise, I'll just keep on hanging out with Jerry.
Oh, Jerry's good. He doesn't say anything about you masturbating.
He doesn't see me masturbate. I refuse to allow it.
I don't allow Wendy to see me masturbate either.
It's just, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how people have sex with the dogs in the room. But I also, I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Well, we're here.
Now we're here.
Can I say also listen to all the shows on LPN, but give our old buddy Dan St. Germain and Mike Lawrence. They have a show called Wrestling Roast that's also very funny. Check it out. Give them a check out because these boys, some of the best joke writers in the world.
You're not plugging the wrestling show on the network.
And kind of fun. I said listen to all the LPN shows first, then listen to that show.
Wow, I didn't know we were just going to start am I at the Arby's? Are they talking about do you see Big Macs at Arby's?
They maybe should, because stop the fast food wars.
You wait until the amalgamation fast food restaurant comes, because they're all the same company anyway. Yeah,
of course.
No,
it's already a Long John Silver's. They have the what was it?
There's a Domino's and a Starbucks near us, which I'll never understand.
Ugh.
Now we're just talking.
Domino's and Starbucks together? That's just fucking diarrhea,
bro. It's so nasty. But seriously, yes, Saint Germain and Mike Lawrence, check out what they do. We love them. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for listening. Hope you're safe and happy out there. Hail yourselves.
Hail Satan.
Congratulations.
Hail me.
All right, don't throw your dead mother out the window. For fuck's sake, you have one goddamn thing not to do.
It's better than keeping her in the house.
Call the repo company. How does it work?
Repo company.
I actually don't know who you would call.
I don't know. You call 911.
Okay.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.